Okay, guys, we are here. Ne? We are here. We are here with grade 10. Okay, then. Activities. In the diagram below, a polygon ABEFD is drawn. AD is produced to point C that lies on BC. AC is parallel to FE. It is further given that angle A is 3x, angle B is x, angle ACB is 2x. Determine with reasons the numerical value of x. Okay. Look at the level of questioning. It's level 2 question. So we are in this diagram below a polygon ABEFD. ABEFD is drawn. AD is produced to a point C that lies on BC. AC is parallel to FE. It is further given that angle A is 3x, angle B is x, and angle ACB is 2x. So with this stated, we need to look at the diagram and just read one more time. In the diagram below, here's the diagram that they're talking about. A polygon, ABEFD, ABEFD, that's the polygon that they're talking about, is drawn. AD is produced to point C, so is AD. AD is produced to point C. Okay, we can see that. That lies on BC. Where's BC? Here is BC. So AD is produced to point C that lies on BC. Makes sense. Next thing is AC. AC is parallel to FE. You can see the arrows that are there. It's true. It is further given that angle A, here is angle A, is 3x, there is 3x. Angle B is x, angle B is x, and ACB is 2x. Now the question is, determine with reasons the numerical value of what? Of x. Determine with reasons the numerical value of x. So we can see the logic there. I think it's not difficult to determine with reasons the value of x. Guys, with all this information given, we want the value of x. So what do you see here? 3x, x, 2x. All of this that is having x is in a what? What do we call this? A, B, C. Right? What do we call this? A, B, C. What do we call this thing? Okay, let's just look at this one more time. In the diagram below, here is the diagram. A polygon ABEFD is drawn. AD is produced to C that lies on BC. Makes sense. Then we are told AC is parallel to FE. Makes sense. It is further given that angle A, this angle here, is 3x. Angle B is x. Angle ACB, meaning this angle here, is 2x. Now we are asked to determine with reasons the numerical value of x for 2 marks. So guys, where is my x's? Here. Angle A is in terms of x. Angle B is in terms of x, and angle C is also in terms of x. So we have 1, 2, 3 angles. They are all in terms of x. So the question is saying determine with reasons the numerical value of x. So what would you do? to determine with reasons. Yes, Lycias, very good. Lycias is saying sum of angles in a triangle. Very good, very good, very good, my guy. So all you do here, exactly, Lycias, you are delicious. So in triangle, make that very clear. In what triangle? In triangle A, B, C. Triangle A, B, C. What do we see in triangle A, B, C? 3x plus x plus 2x. 3x plus 2x plus x is equal to what? 180 degrees. What's the reason? Well, Lycias said it. Lycias gave it to us. Sum of angles in triangle. Okay. That is not the only reason. If you want that you could give. You could give this one as well. Interior angles triangle. Or you could say, if you don't want that one, angle sum in triangle. So you have one of three good acceptable reasons that you could use. You could use this one, or you could use that one, or you could use that one. Advice I usually give to learners is that choose one and run with it. Choose one and run with it. Your memory needs to just use one all the time, because these three are what you call your acceptable reasons. And from there, algebra, you solve your equation that you have set up. So 3x, 2x, and x, we call these three terms your like terms. Why do we call them like terms? Like terms are terms that have the same variable. So 3x, 2x, and x, they all have the same what? Variable. So what you do is you add these like terms. 3x plus 2x plus x. When you add them, what do? You keep the variable. X you keep as the variable. You add the coefficients. 3 plus 2 plus 1. There's a 1 here. 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 6. So 6x is equal to 180. Now you divide both sides by the coefficient of x, which is 6. So you are going to say divide both sides by 6. You then get an answer for x, which is what? What is 180 divided by 6? 180 divided by 6 is 180 divided by 6 is 180 divided by 6 is, okay, it's 30 degrees, so that we don't waste time. A, B, C. We have 3x, we have x, we have 2x, F, E, C, 90 degrees, arrow, to indicate parallel lines. That's the diagram that I've just calculated the value of x using. So now that I have the value of x, I move on to the next question. The next question says, what type of triangle is triangle ABC? Give a reason for your answer. What type of triangle? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find out what the respective angles are, so that I can find out. In triangle ABC, if we take the x value, we substitute it in all these values of x. We're going to say angle A is 3 times 30. That is 90 degrees. Angle B is going to be 30 degrees. Angle C, at least ACB, is going to be 2 times 30 degrees, which is 60 degrees. So one angle is 90 degrees. What do we call a triangle when there's a single angle that is 90? Therefore, that means in triangle ABC is a right angle triangle. Yes, lock in Scamo, it is right. It is geometry, and it is grade 10 geometry to be specific. Okay, the type of triangle we have here is right angle triangle. Give a reason for your answer. One angle is 90 degrees. In other words, we have one angle, angle A, which is 90. That's the reason why we say triangle ABC is a right angle triangle. Okay, move right along. Diagram shows the space shuttle ride at a theme park. So there we have it. There's the space shuttle ride. It's going down at a theme park. Calculate the value of x. Where is the value of x? There is the value of x. It's within this triangle. Calculate the value of x. So once again, what are we going to do here for 2 marks? X plus 45 plus 20 is going to give us what? 180. This is grade 10, guys. 180. Yes, very good. Yeah. Shay Babylon. Whoa, Shy Babylon. Yes, very good, Shy Babylon. 180 minus 45 minus 20. Okay, remember we need to then provide a reason, because every question that we do has to have a reason provided. Geometry grade 10 requires us to always provide a reason for any statement that we give. Okay, angles in a triangle, not angles in a triangle. Shy Babylon, we say sum of angles in a triangle. Okay, because we need to make sure we use the acceptable reason. So if I initially say x plus 45 degrees plus 20 degrees, yes, Lisanella, thank you so much, very good, is equal to 180, then I have some acceptable reason I can use. Sum of angles in triangle. Okay, this is an acceptable reason. I could also use interior angles of a triangle, or I could use angle sum in triangle. This is one of 3 acceptable reasons I can use from the acceptable reason document in the exam guideline. So sum of angles in a triangle, very much true. These are the 3 angles in that triangle. Then, as the Shy Babylon said, you then transpose the 45 plus 20 to the other side, which is 65, as Lisanel has indicated. So then we have 180 minus 45 minus 20. If you transpose everything else, then you are left with what, guys? What's the value of x? 180 minus 65, or 180 minus 45 minus 20. That gives us a whopping answer of, get my people in the comment section, get answering, boys. Thank you, Lisanele. 115. And remember, it's an angle. We don't forget degrees, so that is basically the angle. So x we have. We then update our information in the diagram. What are we left with now? Y. We need to find the value of y. Where is y? There is y. How do we find y? Well, we can find y very nice and easily. We know what x is. We know that that is 70. So that means if that is 115 that we got, that is 70, then basically we can get this angle. Because remember that this angle that we don't know here, plus this one, okay, that angle, that angle plus this one should give us that one, which is 115. We could get that angle. Or to get this angle, we could add this angle plus that angle, which will give us that angle. Add these two, it will give us this angle. So we could find this angle by using 45 plus 20. That will give us this angle, right? 45 plus 20 will give us this angle, exterior angle of a triangle. Okay, remember the sum of the interior opposite angles is equal to the exterior angle. So if we get that 65, then we can say 70 plus that 65, which should give us this exterior angle, because these are two interior opposite angles, and the sum of these two angles will give us the exterior angle. Okay, yeah. Or yes, Shy Babylon, if we want to get that angle, we could use angles on a straight line. 180 minus the 115 that we just got, it will also give us that 65. So we have many ways to find this angle, but the way in which we're gonna get y is we are going to first find this exterior angle, all right? Or find this angle. We can either use angles on a straight line, or we can use the fact that these two interior opposite angles will give us that angle. But either way, we get 115. So let's just use Shy Babylon's way. These two angles are angles on a straight line. They share a common vertex. They lie on the same straight line. So what we do is we say 180 minus 115 degrees is going to give us 65 degrees. Now this 65 degrees that we are getting here, okay, we know what it is, right? Yeah. People that give us questions must make sure that they have either letters, or they have letters to basically help us to be able to get the actual angles and give them a specific, sort of like name. So 180 minus 15 gives us 65 degrees. That's angles on a straight line. Then what do we do, guys? We use these angles, this angle. We can use this angle plus this one. It will give us the sum of the two interior opposite angles will give us this exterior angle. So then we can say y is equal to 65 degrees plus 70. Reason? Exterior angle of triangle. Okay. Then we add 70 plus 65 gives us 135 degrees. So this angle y here is 135 degrees. Exterior angle, okay, is equal to the sum of the two interior. We got y as well. Move right along. In the figure below, ABCD is a parallelogram. Guys, remember, the minute we are told that a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, that means all of the properties of a parallelogram will apply. Okay, so it becomes important for you as the person who's answering to know all of the properties of a parallelogram. When you know all the properties of a parallelogram, then those properties can be used to find things that are missing. Okay. Then we are told that BAO, angle BAO. Now guys, BAO, you go BAO. This angle we are told is equal to 4x. Do you see 4x? There it is. And then angle ADB, this angle here is 2x. Okay. Angle BDC, BDC, 3x. That's 3x, it's true. And then angle AOB, AOB is 75 degrees, as you see. The question that they are asking is calculate the size of angle ABD in terms of x. So they want you to write down this angle. Where's ABD? ABD. You need to write angle ABD in terms of x. So in other words, this angle here. Where is this angle? Here is this angle. What is it a part of? It's part of a triangle. Where is this angle? Here is this angle. Where is this angle? Angle ABD. Here is this angle, angle ABD. D. This angle. What is this triangle? What is this angle a part of? This angle is a part of a triangle ABO. The given information 75 for x. We want angle ABD. So what do we do? Sum of angles in a triangle, guys. We want anyways the angle ABD to be in terms of x. In other words, in the answer of the angle, we must have something with x. That's what it means to have a angle in terms of another variable. So what do we do? We say angle ABD plus who? Plus 4x plus who? Plus 75 degrees. 75 degrees is equal to what? Equal to the sum of angles in a triangle, 180. Sum of angles in a triangle. This is giving you the appropriate reasons that you should be using as per your exam guideline. Angle ABD, angle ABD, D. This angle plus 4x plus 75 degrees. These are all three angles of a triangle. Equal to 180. Reason sum of angles in a triangle. Then we solve for angle ABD. We want the answer in terms of x. We transpose every term on the left to the right. The sign changes from positive to negative, positive to negative. The sign changes from positive to negative. Then we subtract, guys. What's 180 minus 75? That is 105 degrees minus 4x. This is angle ABD, and we are seeing the answer having a term. There's two terms in the expression of the answer. The second term has a variable of x. So indeed, angle ABD is in terms of x. They asked for that in our calculation. Calculate the size of angle ABD in terms of x for 1 mark. There it is. We even provided the reasons that are appropriate. Okay, so we can update in our diagram that this angle here is 105 degrees minus 4x. You put that in a pencil so that your diagram is updated, so that when you look at your diagram again, moving to the next question, you have some things there. Look at 9.3.2. Show that the value of x is 15 degrees. Show that the value of x is 15 degrees. Show that the value of x is 15 degrees. Show that the value of x is 15 degrees. 15 degrees. 15 degrees. Show that the value of x is 15 degrees. We will see just shortly. Okay, so let's check. How is the value of x 15 degrees? What do we have in our information that will help us to be able to actually get to that conclusion? So what we can see first and foremost is the following. This here, all right, or we can say this here, we were told is a parallelogram. So if this is a parallelogram, it means that we can safely say that this and that guy are parallel lines, right? Since those are parallel lines, it means something about this nice what? This nice what? This nice what? This nice, of course, we are talking about the parallel lines. So remember, between parallel lines we have relationships like these two parallel lines clearly say that this line being parallel will have a relationship, the z relationship. What do we call the z relationship, guys? Because this 3x that you see here is going to be equal to angle ABD. ABD. Yes. Why? Alternate angle. Very good. So this here, okay, this is what I'm seeing. Maybe someone else is looking at this problem and they are seeing some other way of showing that the value of x is 15. So for me, I'm seeing this 3x and I'm seeing it and I'm like, this 3x is alternating with angle ABD. So angle ABD is expressed in another way in terms of x is actually equal to 3x. But this angle ABD is 105 degrees minus 4x, whereas this ABD is 3x. So we are going to then, and the reason, why is ABD angle ABD going to be equal to 3x? It's because it's alternating with this 3x. Alright, so we give the reason. Firstly, alt angles. You state the lines that are parallel. DC is parallel to AB. AB is parallel to DC. When you write your reason for alternate angles, guys, you must include your parallel lines. You must include your parallel line. Do not forget to include your parallel lines. Failing to include your parallel lines is not having a complete reason. So as I said, angle ABD grade 10s is equal to 3x. Just like this is 3x, that there, the z shape. You can see the z shape, guys. You see most z shape for alternate angles. This is 3x, that is also 3x. But remember, earlier on we got ABD in terms of x using the sum of angles in this particular triangle. When you said 45 plus 75, we got this angle to be 105 degrees minus 4x. So we have two angles of in terms of x of angle ABD. So that means we are going to say angle ABD is equal to the other angle ABD. Okay, because they are the same thing. So we can then say 3x, which is this angle ABD, is equal to 105 degrees minus 4x. Okay, then let's do the maths. Take the 4x over 3x plus 4x is equal to 105 degrees. You get 3x plus 4x is 7x, which is 105 degrees. Then what do you do from there? From this point, what do you do? You can go ahead and solve for x and divide by the coefficient. Thank you, Shai Babylon is like, so you are not shy, my dear. You are so vocal. Yes, we divide both sides by 7. What do we get, Shai Babylon, for the value of x? What's 105 divided by 7? Yeah, you're not shy, you. Babylon. Why in the world did you even name? Why is your name Shai Babylon? Is it shiny mod or Shai Babylon? What's happening there? You need an explanation there, but shortly you will tell me. What's 105 divided by 7? Is it 50? Is it really the answer that we were looking for? Is it really 15, guys? Did you get 15? Is it 15? Is it 15? I think it is. It is. Wow, guys. Wow. Okay, so we got the value of x truly is 15. 3 marks. I think that's 3 marks in the bag. Let's just recap what we did here. Firstly, in the initial first question 9.3.1, they asked us to calculate the size of angle ABD. ABD. So what we did is we looked at triangle ABC and we were able to see 4x plus 75 plus this angle ABD that we don't know is equal to 180 degrees because this is a triangle. For angle ABD, we got 105 minus 4x. And we made sure that we wrote the reason for saying the angles are adding up to 180, sum of angles in a triangle. Okay, transposed the values on the other side, we got angle ABD in terms of x. After doing so, we updated our diagram with 105 minus 4x. Then we were asked to show that the value of x is 15 degrees. Then we saw that chain 3x here is going to be alternating with who? Angle ABD. So 3x is equal to angle ABD. So that means now we have two angles of ABD. We have 105 minus 4x in terms of x, and then angle ABD, which is 3x, in terms of x, 3x. Why? Because alternate angles, AB is parallel to DC. Why could we then deduce about, why could we say AB is parallel to DC? Because we are told that the quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. So that means these lines are parallel, as these as well are parallel. So look, alternating. You see, 3x and 3x. We then equated 105 minus 4x with 3x because those are equal angles. Solved for x, got x is 15 degrees. It's raining marks. Hallelujah, it's raining marks. We're gonna pass grade 10. Okay, hence or otherwise. Next question. Hence or otherwise, calculate the magnitude. What does magnitude mean? It means we need to get the value of angle BCD. Where's BCD? BCD. Yes, Shy Babylon. It is the size, the value of angle BCD. When I Shy Babylon, you are just Shy Babyloning everything. Alright, angle BCD. BCD? Who's BCD? BCD. This angle. We need to calculate that angle BCD. The size, so we need the actual value, the angle, all right, not in terms of x, but the angle in and of itself. Very, very important. Okay, so let's go. You here. You here. Okay, this is 2x here. Alternate angles, right? Because BCD means this entire angle. This entire angle. Okay, what are your thoughts? Because they are saying hence, meaning we could use the information that we've gotten to find the size of the angle. Okay. BCD. So if this is 15, guys, remember that if that is 15, then it means 3x is also 15. Opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. Yeah, but if you're using opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal, dear Shy Babylon, my question then to you is, which angles have you identified that you know for a fact are those angles opposite this angle? So does that mean you know this angle? Or are you going to first start by finding I'm requesting. Or you want to shy the Babylon practically. There we go.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. I couldn't explain because the thing was too long. That's why I asked how many marks is the question? Because if you've identified that x is 15, then that means, yeah, you can go back to the question. If x is 15, then angle D is 5x times 15.
Amen.
Then if you know angle D, that means you also know angle A because of corresponding angles.
Okay, say that again, just one more time. You said, I
I'm
get the
saying
part where you said 5x.
that 2x plus 3x is 5x, right?
Very good.
So 5x times 15, because x is 15. So that's going to equal to angle D. And then angle D is equal to angle A because the reason is corresponding angles.
Okay, I get the fact that you said angle D is equal to angle.
A, A.
Angle
The C
D
shape,
is
the
equal.
C shape, the C shape.
So angle D you are saying is equal to angle A.
Yes. That
All right.
4x there, 4x and the other angle that we don't know. Aren't they equal because of corresponding angles?
Okay, just reconsider that. I hear you saying corresponding. Remember, corresponding is for Mr. F.
Oh,
Top.
no, I'm talking about the C shape. I forgot what the C shape is. The
C
C
shape
shape.
is co-interior.
Yes, the co-interior angles, the D and the A, aren't they co-interior angles?
Yeah, the D and the A are co-interior angles, but what do we know
Yes.
about the co-interior angles?
They add up to 180 shades. I forgot.
Amen. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Shababila. Yeah, they add up to 180. Okay, so you can continue. We just clarified that one. You clarified
Okay.
it nicely.
So if they add up to 180, that means it will be 180 minus the number you're gonna get over there.
Amen.
Then you can use the reason saying that angle A is gonna equal after you get angle A, it's gonna equal to angle C. The reason is
Amen.
angles in a parallelogram are equal.
Amen. Sure. Aye. Let's try you. Try you one more time. Quick question, man. What's the name? Is it really like Shy Babylon?
Yes, it's shy Babylon.
What's the significance? Come on. Are you gonna give us the significance of the name?
Oh, it doesn't have any significance. I just thought about it.
Oh,
I think
okay.
there's a city called Babylon. Yeah, and I just decided to, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks though. I really appreciate you coming through and actually just explaining that nicely. So guys, just to take us through one more time what Shai was saying there. So Shai, from the previous question, we were able to answer that x is 15. And we were able to prove that x is 15 degrees. So if x is 15, we are going to take the hence part of the question. The hence part of the question says, use something that you have done above, maybe from the answer or from something in the statement from the previous question, to then answer this current question. So the hence part is the use something from above. The otherwise part is take another direction and get to find the size of angle BCD. So because we are using the hence part with Shai here, she said that the 2x and the 3x together give you angle D. So that 2x plus 3x gives us an angle here, which is 5x in total. But remember, we had just proven that indeed x is 15 degrees. So if our angle D is 3x plus 2x, right, which is obviously 5x, that is the angle in terms of x. But then we can get the specific magnitude of the angle D by taking the 5 in the place of x. Remember, 5 and x, when they are combined like this, there is a multiplication sign that is basically combining 5 and x horizontally. So we are going to multiply 5 with the 15 to get the actual magnitude of angle D. So 5 times 15, my beautiful people in the comment section, is going to give us, oh, beautiful. Shai Babylon is like on the money there. 75 degrees. All right. Then, having 75 degrees, that means this entire angle is 75. And Shai made it very clear that angle D, which is obviously the 75 degrees, plus the entire angle A. Angle D plus the entire angle A is equal to 180 degrees. And Shai made it clear that, guys, this is the U shape, the armpit angles. You see armpits, those armpits of yours, the ones that stink. This is your one armpit. This is your other armpit. The two armpit angles that are formed by the U shape, they add up to 180. You add roll-on or you add deodorant to the armpits because they stink, right? So we add the angles together for the armpit angles, and it gives us 180. So angle D, the entire angle D plus the entire angle A, gives us 180 degrees. What's the reason? Co-int angles. We write, or we state, according to that acceptable reason document, then we state the lines that are parallel. For that U that we have formed, it is AB and DC that form part of the U, the lines that are parallel. So we say AB is parallel to DC. Then substitute angle D, we just got it, was at 75 degrees. Angle A, we are on the way to getting angle A, 180 degrees. We then transpose 75 to get the actual size of angle A. What's 180 minus 75? Beautiful, amazing people. 180 minus 75 will give us, man, Shai is like shiring the, Shai is shiring. You see, A is equal to 105 at every turn. Shai is just ready with the answer. Okay, and don't say I am excluding you guys from the comment section commentary. You need to also be quick there in the typing, so that I can acknowledge you if you want acknowledgement in the comment section. Now that we have angle A, the entire angle A, we're obviously going to label that entire angle as angle A 105, so that we know the updated info. At every turn, when you get something in your parallelogram, update the information just like you update anything, so that the new information can then help you in the next step. Now, Shai then said angle A and angle C, in other words, angle B, CD, which we are wanting to find. These two angles, we call them what in a parallelogram? We call angle A and angle B, CD, as opposite angles of a parallelogram. What do we know about the opposite angles of a parallelogram? Opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. So therefore, what can we say? Angle BCD is equal to angle A, which is 105 degrees. Reason: op angles of parallelogram. Now, when I write this reason, guys, I'm writing it in accordance to the acceptable reason document, the acceptable reason presented in the exam guideline for grade 10, 11, and 12. So I'm just being relevant to that. And that's why you see me being specific about writing the reason the way that you see it being manifest. So I hope that is clear for everyone how we used the hence to answer the question. Of course, that does not mean that's the only way to answer this question. There is a myriad of ways to answer the question that is before us. So please, guys, do not think that we are limited to just that way. That's the beauty of geometry. Many ways to fry that nice steak of yours. If you want to fry it, cook it, do it what you want. Okay, next question. Ooh. Question 9.4. Yeah, guys, you can see here IEP goodness. We are sweet there. 2012 paper 2 question 4. Geometry, grade 10. What grade are you? What grade am I? No, I'm not in any grade, but I'm happy to do some maths for various grades. So today we are just harassing grade 10, if you will. Carefully study the diagram alongside and calculate with the reasons the values of x, y, and z. Let's look at this. The diagram, we have not been told anything, but we are told to study the diagram. So let's look at it. We've got A, we got B, we got C, we got D. We've got F there, we got E there, and those are the letters of the different sides, vertices, and so forth. Then, internal to the diagram, both before that. I still don't understand. Shami. What do you understand, dear? I still don't understand. Lol, it is like easy. Yeah, well, I guess it's different strokes for different oaks, eh? The calculations. I still don't understand the calculations. That is a problem. That is an issue, right? Right. So let us see with this question, because remember, I was midway the question I just answered just now was basically a continuation from previous questions that I had answered. So if you came in midway, then I mean, yeah, it's a bit tricky there. But I'll go back. Just give me a chance. Let's just address this. So we have got lines here that are parallel, and we can see AD is parallel to EF. Now, for parallel lines, guys, 3 relationships exist between parallel lines which are of importance to us, and that is co-interior angles. We know that the sum of co-interior angles 180. Those are the armpit angles, the U shape, the C shape if you want. F shape corresponding top, bottom, top of one, top of the other. We are equal if the lines are parallel. Bottom of the line, we are correspondingly equal if the lines are parallel. Then we have alternate Z shape, the angles that are formed with the Z shape. Okay, we then look at this. We have AB and DC, which are also parallel lines. AB is parallel to DC. So this line is parallel to that one. Also, EF is parallel to BC as well, because we have these arrows that are single that indicate lines parallel with each other. This one is uniquely parallel with that one. And so then what we have inside is the angle FEC. This angle here in terms of x is 2x plus 10. Angle EFC, this angle here is in terms of y, it's 5y. And angle FCE, which is 45 degrees. This is a numerical value. It is the size of angle FCE. Then there we have 70 degrees, angle DAE. Just that angle, it's 70 degrees. And then we are given angle ABC. This angle here is in terms of Z, it is Z. So we are being asked now to calculate with reasons the values of x, y, and z for how many marks? 3 marks. This is a level 2 question. So in other words, it's not a knowledge question, it is a routine question. So let us go. Who can be calculated first? Could we perhaps calculate y? Could we perhaps calculate z? I wonder where the x that they are talking about is, I'm wondering, because they want us to find x, but the x is a silent partner in this affair. I don't see x. I think diagrammatically they were supposed to, oh, the x is there, sorry, my bad. All right, so we can find x first, innit? Angle FEC. You can see Shy there is shying away. Shy is like, I think Shy must be Shy, come on, you must tell me something. There's something you're not telling me. Surely there's something that you know very well here. Do you want to reveal your true identity? As in, like, seems like you are a pro at this thing. Or do you just love geometry? Just juggling the mind, really? Lies. Why don't I believe you? Just juggling the mind. Okay, hi, if you're saying so. All right, so guys, can you see 70 degrees here? Okay, Shy Babylon is saying the 70 that you see here, there is this line, right? It's going down here, AEC. That 70 and the 2x plus 10 form our F shape. On the bottom of this parallel line, the 70, we go down. On the bottom of this parallel line, there's 2x plus 10. We call these the corresponding angle, F shape. Bottom of this line, bottom of the other line that is parallel. We say that this angle and that angle are equal when the lines are parallel. AD is parallel to EF. So we say that 70 degrees is equal to 2x plus 10. The thing about corresponding angles is that corresponding angles are only equal if the lines are parallel. F shape points to corresponding, but the angles are equal only if and only if the lines are parallel. Let's understand that. Yes, Charmaine, the F method, as you guys will probably be taught, or it will be explained to you so that you can easily recall. Yes, Charmaine. So this one you're getting, Charmaine. Top lines are parallel, we are equal. Okay, then we have bottom of this line, bottom of the other line, bottom, the angles are equal. We call these corresp angles. You must then indicate the lines that are parallel when you state corresponding angles. What you might call the armpit angles, where it stinks. Armpits, armpits. You should try it out, armpits. These are where your armpits are situated. You take your one arm this side, your one arm this side, there underneath, that's where it stinks. That's where you need to put roll on. You add roll on to the armpit so that it can smell better. You add the angles together, you get 180. The sum should give you 180. We call these co-interior angles. And remember, when you state co-interior angles, you state the lines that are parallel as well. And these angles, they are equal. Okay. Corresponding angles, equal. Alternate angles, they are equal. Alt angles, you state the lines that are parallel. Z shape. There's the good looking Z, there's also the funny looking Z. Or sometimes we usually say N. Z or N, it's fine. Okay. Yeah, are we together, guys? Yeah, I hope we are fine. Okay, corresponding co-interior alternate. So here you can see then that this angle here, which is 70, and that angle there, which is 2x plus 10, are corresponding angles. So what do we say here? 2x plus 10 degrees is equal to 70 degrees. Reason, correspond angles. Then we go to the lines that are parallel. Which lines are we looking at? AD is parallel to EF. Failing to forget the lines that are parallel is an incomplete reason. Failing to write parallel lines means your reason is incomplete. You must write AD is parallel to EF for the reason to be complete. Because remember, the reason why these angles are equal is because they are lines that are parallel. Okay. Then you solve for x. I get this one. Grade 8 stuff. Grade what? 8. You solved for x most in grade 8. Come. Close. Close. Easy squeezy solving x. Oh, easy squeezy. Very good. I'm glad that Charmaine, you are feeling it's easy squeezy. Oh my goodness. Kids, you gotta love them. Easy squeezy. When was the last time I heard that? 70 minus 10, 60 degrees. You divide both sides by 2. Yes, Shy Babylon. Shy Babylon is sharing the maths. It is 30 degrees. Okay. When we get something, we go and update as needed, guys. As needed. As needed. Because 2 times 30 would be 60. 60 plus 10, that's 70. So that makes sense. Now, we want to find who. I think once we get x, y is easy to get, right? You can go straight into y. Straight into y, right? Straight into it. Can we go straight to y? Aye, people, we can. We can go straight to y, right? It's understandable, right? Yes, Shy Babylon. We can share it most. We can share it. Share water. So we can share it nicely there. We have that angle, which we know is 70. That angle, all of it is 70. Because 2 times 30 is 60. 60 plus 10 is 70. So we know angle FEC is 70 plus 5y plus 45 degrees. Shy Babylon said EFC is a triangle. Okay, so a triangle, we know the sum of the angles of a triangle are supplementary. What does supplementary mean? Supplementary means they add up to 180. Exactly add to 180, Shy Babylon. We are sharing it there. So I'm going to go straight to that idea then. That angle here. Okay, so EFEC plus angle EFC plus angle FCE is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, so I can actually go ahead and say 70 degrees plus 5y plus 45 degrees is equal to 180, and then I write my reason. Sum of angles in triangle. Sum of angles in triangle, or you can say angle sum in triangle, or you can say interior angles of triangle. INT angles triangle. Tammy wants followers. There's 160 people here. I'm supposing if they really want to follow you, they'll follow you, Tammy. There's nothing stopping them. Oh my goodness. He's teaching the wrong things, guys. Guys, there's someone called Ishmael who's saying, he's teaching the wrong things, guys. Let me just open his comment. Here he is, Ishmael. I wonder where is Ishmael from. Ishmael, are you well, sir? He wants you all to fail. I think this guy really wants followers. Please follow Ishmael, guys. I think Ishmael wants followers. Just his way of getting attention. So 70 degrees plus 55 plus 45 is equal to 180. isolate the y. Prawima pause at time you gotta follow me back if I follow you. You guys are unbelievable in the comment section. 180, take the 45 over. Chocolatina. This guy really loves attention. Ishmael, you are the man, my guy. 180 minus 45 minus 70. I must say, I appreciate your ingenuity in being able to get our attention here. So 180 minus 45 minus 70 is equal to, tell me, why don't you do grade 9 and 10? What am I doing at this Tammy, why are you being funny? I'm busy with grade 10 at the moment. Okay, so 180 minus 45 minus 70, that gives us 65. All right, I think Ishmael, I'm going to have to mute you and eventually block you because I can see you. I don't think you are here for nice reasons, my guy. Let me just I think I did give him, I was nice, wasn't I, guys? I think I was pretty kind to the guy. I think I was, but I think I'm going to have to block him. Okay, then 5y is equal to 65 degrees. We divide now what? Both sides by what? By 5, right? And as Shai Babylon indicated in the comment section, we then get a beautiful answer of y is equal to, yeah, he is, isn't he? Thank you, Shamin. At least we can see that. That's important to see. Y is equal to 13 degrees. Okay. All right. Well done. Well done, Shai Babylon in the comment section. I can see you there moving so swiftly through the problems. It's sweet. It's sweet to behold. We get y is equal to, z should be small what? You reckon, eh? Small manzi. Metsi. So y is equal to 13 degrees. Then of course we would update, guys. So that is 70 now. 5 times 13 gives us a beautiful 65, you know, because already here this thing was telling us 5y is 65. So in other words, this 5y is 65. You see? So we know all these things already. Yeah. Now guys, the last and final maths can jiggle me sometimes. Sorry about that. It doesn't have to jiggle you, hey? Remember guys, you need to spend enough time with maths so that it basically stops this thing of jiggling you. I don't know if you guys saw the testimony from one of these other guys here on TikTok. He actually was saying that in term 1 grade 10 he got like I think 13% or something like that, level 1 clean. He failed maths, and then in term 2 he made this resolve that he's never ever going to get such a mark again, and he basically just made this radical decision to spend time at school and just stay after hours, which during that time maybe it was probably safe to do so. So he did. He would actually be first, like he would be last out at school, and he would like just give it his all. Cut a long story short, second term marks drastically improved. Why? He spent the time. Come third term, he was killing it, lost, and final term, top student in the grade. Cut a long story short, grade 12, top student in the grade, I think district and province as well. So he became one of those top performing students because a radical shift in mindset and everything. So you can imagine, just like that thing of like, I am dedicating, I hereby give my heart and mind and soul to have and to hold, for rich and for poor. You just give yourself to education and nothing else. So yeah, radically changed everything for him. So yeah, it dribbles you if you sort of like give it your half-hearted effort, but it stops doing so when you have yourself sold to it. So anyways, let's come back here. We got y, so y is fine. this is 65. Guys, angle D, that should also be 65, right? If this is 65, angle D should be 65, don't you think? Oh, definitely, guys. If this, I repeat again, if this is 65, angle D is 65, corresponding angles, right? Yeah, bottom, bottom. Okay, bottom, bottom. That's what I am seeing personally. And then I'm seeing these two angles. They are opposite each other, angle D and angle Z. And the thing is, I've already deduced that this is a parallelogram. Why? Look at this. AD and BC are parallel. AB and DC are parallel. And what is one of the major properties of a parallelogram? Both pairs of opposite sides are what? Are parallel. So if this is a parallelogram, I justified angle D and angle B are equal. So maybe what I would personally, because it was not stated in the statement of the diagram, that nothing was said, but what we do see from the diagram is the idea that we can conclude that ADCB. So before I say angle B and angle D are equal, I would say after finding angle D, okay, because remember this is 65, angle EFC is 65 degrees. So angle EFC is 65 degrees. That's just me taking the 5 and multiplying by the 13, which gives me 65. So angle EFC is 65 degrees. That's fine. Then I say angle EFC, angle D is equal to angle EFC. The reason, which is equal to 65 degrees, the reason we say that is corresp angles. Which lines are parallel? AD is parallel to EF. AD is parallel to EF. If AD is parallel to EF, guys, then it stands to beautiful reason. No, I only focus on high school maths, unfortunately. Okay, integration I did once upon a time, many moons ago. Yeah, that was a ton of fun, I must say. So angle D is equal to angle EFC. But yeah, my channel is purely dedicated, especially this one. It's dedicated to grade 8, 9, and 10. One day I'll have a channel that's just dedicated to varsity maths. You just watch this space. But for now, this channel is grade 8, 9, 10. My other channel that I have, a second channel I do have, which is dedicated to grade 11 and 12 only. And I go live there when I'm doing grade 11 or 12. And then don't worry, one of these big days, I will be dropping a channel where it's just varsity maths. Then, man, yeah. Angle D is equal to angle AFC, which is 65 degrees. Then I was going to say ABCD is a parallelogram. The reason I would say that is because opposite sides of quad are parallel. So opposite sides of the quad are parallel. That's why, okay, AD is parallel to BC, AB is parallel to DC. That's why I'm saying ABCD is a parallelogram. Then I can then conclude and say, therefore, angle D is equal to angle B, which is basically Z, which is 65 degrees. And the reason I'm saying that is opposite angles of a parallelogram. There we have it. That's what I would do. Now, Shai Babylon, I would like to actually afford you a chance. I saw you said in the comment section there are 2 ways to get to the answer. I would love to find it, or I would love for you, I think even though I see the other way, but I'd love for you to take us through as to what was the other way that you saw to finding angle B, or basically the letter Z. Care to share? Share to care?
The other way is a little bit long, but
Which is fine.
it's using the same thing with saying sum of angles in a triangle to find D.
Okay.
If, for example, you couldn't solve for Y and you couldn't see like
Yes.
where is Y, like if you couldn't solve, I mean for yeah, you couldn't solve for Y, so it would be hard for you to get angle D. So
Sure.
you were gonna lose marks. So
Mm-hmm.
you could have used a sum of angles in a triangle, solve for D, and then say that D is equal to Z. Yeah.
Awesome. Wow. Okay, that's awesome actually. Oh, shiny, 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 shiny. Wow. Yeah, I'll mess around, do you? So yes, definitely. So we have triangle ADC. This angle, that angle, and hey. Awesome, eh? So 70 plus 45 plus the angle D, that would give you basically this missing angle if you did not see the corresponding angles. Beautiful. I love it because that then would be 65, right? And then the opposite angles after you actually deduce that is this is a parallelogram, the opposite angle, angle D, would be equal to the Z basically because of opposite angles of a parallelogram. Beautiful, nice. Okay, yeah, neat, neat, neat. Yeah, I think I'm even seeing another, but I guess the other way though is very long. It's a long way because if you were able to also, if you could also find this angle here using co-interior angles, this is 65, that is 45. So obviously you want to find angle B. Yeah, I know, eh? Angle BCA. BCA. Remember, sometimes the mark allocation, though obviously it will be a hassle, right? Going through the steps. At the end of the day, as long as it leads us to the answer, right? I suppose we don't want to be wasting time, right? But sometimes I'm telling you, the mind does not sort of like work with you in showing you the quickest way to the answer. And then sometimes you just have to kind of like, yeah, oblige to the sort of like perceived way, you see. So sometimes it happens like that. And so just need to be patient to actually go through the process. Just make sure that you don't spend more than at least 3 minutes in that process because you want to also be able to save on time for the completion of the actual exam and making sure you get through all the questions. So nonetheless, what I'm saying is that with that said, you know this is 65, that's 45. So the co-interior angle, this is U. You know, this line is parallel to that one, U shape. Or you could use alternate angle to find this angle. Yeah. And then after that, the addition of these two, you see two ways. This, you could use alternate angles to find this angle. Then you have the addition of these two, and then you use what I call the U-shape co-interior angles again to get Z with this angle intact, because these are your armpit angles together. Obviously, this will be 70. 70 plus 45 is 1. So this here is 70 here, plus the 45 will be 115. And then your 115 plus what will give you 180 for co-interior angles. That will be 65. So Z is 65 again. Okay, so yes, definitely many ways to get there. Yeah. You see? Yeah. So that's what's beautiful about maths. We honestly say. Okay. I think we can comfortably move on now to the next question. If all is in order with this particular question, Yeah, so quadrilaterals can be real fun, hey? With these questions that we are basically looking at. Okay, let's look at the sky. Nice. Firstly, let's read the statement. In the diagram alongside lines A, B, and C, D. Let's look at A, B. Here is A, B. There is C, D. Lines AD and CD are equal in length. So in the diagram alongside lines AB and CD, they didn't say anything. They're just saying lines AB and CD in the statement. And they are saying here lines AD and CD are equal in length. AD, where's AD? Here's AD. CD, here is CD. That we are told they are equal in length, AD and CD. When you look at the sketch diagrammatically, you're like, what? What in the world are they talking about? So that's why there's that a very common statement usually given at the beginning of like in your instructions and information. They usually say that your diagrams are not necessarily drawn to scale. Okay, so if they say AD and CD are equal in length, you better take it that AD is equal to CD. Okay, makes sense. Yeah. If the lines are equal, then that is the parallelogram, what? A, B, C, D. Okay, remember we do not have it closed, right? We do not have it closed. Yeah. And the only thing that is parallel yeah, but the thing is, yeah, the imaginary line, we don't need it. Yeah, let us stick to the information given to us. Imaginary lines are for another day, let's not even consider. Let's just use the diagram as it is explicitly given. Find the size of angles A to G. So we want A to G. Let's start there with A. I see Malibongo Maponya jumped to the gun and said angle C is 35 degrees, opposite equal sides. Angles opposite equal sides. Yo, you don't mess around there with Malibongo. Malibongo, let us bonga you, my guy. Okay, but let's follow this alphabetical order of A to G. Can we find A? Let's start there. Is there a way to find A, guys? What relationship does A have with other angles that are given to us? Oh, there we go. The comment section goes ablaze. Madibonga says A is equal to 60. TK goes on further and says A is equal to 60 vertically opposite. Shai Babylon vertical something. You're killing me. You're killing me. Shai Babylon, you said you are here just for what was the wording specifically? You were here. Let me just go back now to the comment section. Or you're juggling the mind. So what does that, so basically, does that mean you're not doing maths, but it's just that you are here to just do some mental gymnastics, if you want to call it that. So A is 60, guys. You have 100% coin. You're doing for fun, okay? A is equal to 60. So what is Shai Babylon doing? Student? Not a student? Enjoying traveling the world? So yes, A is 60, guys. A is equal to 60 degrees. We say vert op angles. Okay. Oh, your scientist was a student. Yeah, I figured, man. I could hear that voice of maturity there coming through as you were speaking there. I see. Okay, nice. So you're an inspiration to the younger generation, and that's for sure. A is equal to 60 degrees, guys. We can agree. Whenever we get something, we update the diagram, okay? A is equal to 60 degrees. Our reason for saying so, vert op angles equal. That's what our acceptable reason document is giving to us for vertically opposite angles. For short, we just vert op angles equal it, Yeah, let's set up angles equality. Then you go to the diagram, you update. If A is 60, you go to the diagram, you update 60 degrees. Are you with me? So that you have that information. It's in the diagram. You want now to go to the next thing and find the next letter. Are we able to find B having 60 in the diagram? Can we then now find B? Or other letters are possible, not nice. You don't mess. You guys are amazing there in the comment section. Love for you. Wow. B is equal to, so here's an angle 35 degrees. Since lines are parallel, there we have it. Look at the Z. Look at the Z. Z is coming through. Look at that. Look at that beautiful Z. Beautiful Z. N. Okay. And it's exactly the positions of those angles. B and 35. They are chomies. They are the N and the Z. Chomies. 35 degrees and B. So we say B is equal to 35 degrees. Reason. Lines, guys. I love the reasoning that we are seeing in the comment section. Siponguni, long time. Alt angles AB is parallel to CD. This is what I want to see. AB is parallel to DC. We're writing our reasons nicely. Not alternate angles are equal. No. We don't write that. We say alt angles. We state the lines that are parallel next to the alt angles. That is the acceptable reason. B is equal to 35 degrees. Reason. Alt angles AB is parallel to DC. This is what we need. This is what we need from our learners in even in grade 9, them coming through. No, don't want them to be writing loose reasons here. Want them to write reasons that are full and sensible. Okay? Please, guys, let's write the reasons that are fully packed, not just alt angles equal. No. It's not alt angles equal. It's alt angles. Then we state the lines are parallel. Because those Z shape, the angles found in that position are not equal just because they are equal. They are equal because the lines are parallel. All right. Yeah. Alternate angles are just the position of the angles, if you get me. But the reason we say that those angles in that position are equal is due to the lines that are parallel. Well, capture that, my kids. Capture that. Then you will stop writing alt angles equal. You'll start writing alt angles and you will state the lines that are parallel. I need you to do that, my beautiful kids. My kids that are going to get level 7. My kids that are going to get big marks. I need you to be able to actually write that confidently and not sabotage. Nothing. Okay? You get me? So you update diagram. When you get something, you update the diagram. You look at the diagram and you're like, can we get C now? Can we get a C? Can we get the C? I mean, we saw most. I think someone did speak there and say we can get the C. Remember the information we got from the statement. Remember, guys, if the information in the statement was not read by me and you, and we saw that AD and CD are equal, in other words, AD and CD, we were told explicitly that these are equal, not parallel. AD and CD are equal. Then that helps me and you to be able to say, oh, there's a relationship. Guys, don't we love relationships? People love relationships. Some people hate them. Some people can't live without them. Some people want to find them. Some people will abandon more important things for them. Whether it's a family relationship, whether it's a love relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship, whatever relationship it is. Though the relationship that's romantic, I'd rather not have kids at high school pursue that one. to the abandonment of their academic pursuits. Yeah, focus, guys. We need to focus. Priorities first, you see. A later time, don't worry, you'll have enough time for people to break your heart. For now, I focus, guys. Focus. So what I'm saying is that you see the marks, you see the equal sides, you see the relationship. Then when the relationship is seen, you can connect the dots. So what is the value of C? Because we read from the statement, lines AD and CD are equal in length. AD and CD are equal in length. Then another kid looks at this and be like, but say, AD looks longer than CD. My kids, the diagram is not necessarily drawn to scale. So when you must read the statements and then you must transfer the information that the statement gives you to the diagram so that the diagram can serve you and you can extract the right information. So the value of C, you guys have said it beautifully. You said C is 35 because this 35 degrees is equal to C. Why do we say so? Why do we say C is equal to 35 degrees? We must be appropriate in the reasons that we write. The acceptable reason document says angles opposite equal sides. That's what they're saying. The angles, this and that. This is opposite this side, that angle. This angle is opposite that side, that angle. These two angles are both opposite sides that are equal. That's why we say C is 35 degrees. Yeah, hopefully the understanding is popping that much more, guys, as we are talking and unpacking and unraveling. Update the diagram. Update. You update the diagram. Then after updating, my dears, the diagram, you look at it anew. We are looking now for D. Can we find the angle D, guys? No, Shy Babylon. The reasoning isosceles triangle is not acceptable. The reason isosceles triangle together with the reason that says base angles of an isosceles triangle is outdated. Both of those reasons, we have abandoned them. You must not use them. Please, guys, do not use isosceles triangle. Do not use base angles of an isosceles triangle. Use angles opposite equal sides. Are you with me? Thank you. Hopefully you understand. Prime Lamin, I don't understand. What don't you understand, my guy? This is grade 10. Prime Lamin. What don't you understand? The Lamin of prime. What don't you understand, my guy? The Lamin of prime. My question is, what don't you understand? Yes, Seraphim and Seraphim. Seraphim is like saying angle D, right? People are saying angle D is 85. Seraphim is saying A plus D. Okay. So in other words, we are saying 35 plus 60 plus D. Okay, so this is a 1, 2, 3. This is a triangle. What do you know about the sum of the angles of a triangle, guys? We know that the angles of a triangle add up to 180. Now imagine if I didn't update my diagram. Looking at this diagram again and wanting to find D becomes a bit of a hassle and a pain. But when you update your diagram, you are now looking at anew with the updated information. It's like when your Android phone gets new updates and it updates, you need to update it because it becomes relevant to basically the new functioning of the phone. And basically maybe you'll find that the new functionings or the new updates will actually help you to do things a little bit more efficiently. So please, same way, when you update your diagram with the information that you've gotten, which is correct answer, then it will serve you well to find the next answer. So yes, 35 plus 60 plus D should give us 180. The reason is sum of angles in a triangle. We must write the reason that's appropriate, and we can solve for D. You are allowed, though, to say D is equal to 85 degrees and just write the reason sum of angles in a triangle without showing it. That's allowed, but I'm not going to do that, me. I just want us to see D plus 35 degrees, which is C, plus 60 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. The reason is sum of angles in triangle. Okay, D plus 35 plus 60 is equal to 180 degrees, sum of angles in triangle. Then we solve for D. We take 60 over, we take 35 over. D is equal to, what's 180 minus 60 minus 35? My beloved great hands. You get 85, right? You guys said 85 degrees. I think you did say, all of you. Bruce Nyoni, Prime Lamin, even the one, Prime Lamin said he doesn't understand, but he's getting answers though. Paul B is saying it's 85. Shy Babylon had said it's 85. Many people had said it's 85 long time ago. Okay. Okay. But look at this. It seems like from what I am seeing, yeah, from what I am seeing, guys, this is it. So we update. Now we want the value of E. We need E now. What do we need? It's time for E. 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 Look at this big triangle here. Shy Babylon, why are you saying it's 60? I want the reason. Why are you saying it's 60? I want your reason. Me, I want reasons. I don't want answers alone. I want the reasons. If you have the liver to say that, you have the liver, Shy. The liver, the scientist liver to say that. Better give me the reason. Angle, look at Seraphim saying angle E. Come on, Seraphim. Angle E is equal to angle B. Come on, Kai. Angles on the same segment. Seraphim. Sarah. No, Sarah. I wonder you, Sarah. I'm wondering you. Please, I'm wondering you, Sarah. I'm wondering you. I need you to think, you beautiful person. How are you? My
I
goodness.
think it has something to do with the exterior angle, but I'm not sure if it's equal or it's supplementary.
It has something to do with the exterior angle. Okay. The question is, which exterior angle? Let's speak specifics. Kaluk, you said E is 60, right? Didn't you? I need you to think it's like I said it. All right.
You know what I'm thinking?
Sorry?
I'm thinking that line there. You
Which
can
one?
say one. There's a straight line there by 60. When you say 180 minus 60 and get that inside angle, and then solve for E using sum of angles in a triangle. But
No,
it's too long.
that's too long. It is, but it would definitely get you there. It wouldn't. It would though. It would. All right. Okay, let's look at something else. Look at E. Look at this angle and look at that angle. So I want to go back to what you said about exterior angle. This exterior angle is equal to the sum of these two interior angles. This exterior, 60, is equal to the sum of 35 and E. Okay? Yeah, now, the reason why I am actually loving the fact that you had said yourself initially, exterior angles. Okay, that's just what I'm seeing. You guys might be seeing something else. Remember, as I said, geometry is beautiful because for the first time, there's a bit of liberty and room to breathe and say, I see this, I see that. It's all about perception, what you perceive. But firstly, there must be knowledge, because the knowledge that you have in your mind and heart about the theorems referring to your lines, your triangles, your quadrilaterals, your parallel lines, your line segments, your straight lines, your intersecting lines. When you have a perception about all of those, when you understand and you have knowledge of those, then it will help you to perceive when you look at the diagram that, oh, there, man, Michael Jackson is back. There he is. You can see him in the midst of, a crowd of people. Anyways, so what I'm saying is this E and this 35 and that 60. Yeah, these are the two interior opposite angles. They are equal. The sum of these are equal to the exterior angle. So yeah, so you can say 60 is equal to 35 plus E. Reason, exterior angle of the triangle. Then you can go ahead and solve for who? For E, and get the actual value. So I see some of you in the comment section, you have jumped me and you have gone straight to the answer, and you are saying the answer is that. Yeah, so I'm very proud. I am very proud indeed. So yes, E, small letter E, is 25 degrees. You guys are beautiful people, because it's like when you finally get it, you get it and you flow with it. So that then means to us that we shouldn't be people that are not aware of the theorems that relate to triangles. We seem to have a very good sense of when we are talking about sum of angles in a triangle. All of us seem to get that one quickly and we see it, well. But it seems like sometimes the exterior angle of a triangle being equal to the sum of the two interior opposite angles, that's something sometimes we tend to forego and not see so well. Does that make sense? So then we need to just be aware of it, and also sort of like have our minds and hearts open to it, so that we can also see it when it does actually affect us being able to get a particular answer. Yeah. Music therapy, angle A plus angle B. Music therapy. Angle A, my guy, this whole entire angle plus this entire angle is not going to be equal to 180, my guy. You see? Because your co-interior angles only apply if they are explicit parallel lines, you see. And you can see the armpits, the angles that are situated in the armpits, the ones that stink, you can see them well, you see. So let me just finish this one off. The E, we were going to say E plus 35 degrees is equal to 60 degrees. Our beautiful reason for saying that, of course, from the acceptable reason document, exterior angle, yeah, triangle, yeah. Then we solve for E. We transpose Mr. 35 degrees, and then we get my 25 very nicely. And we come here, update the diagram so that we can go ahead then and get the next value. After E, we want F. After E, we want F. Yes, very good. Bafana mtini. Music therapy, do I do online classes? Yes, my guy, I do online classes. Just send me a message privately, especially with the grade 10s. There's a group that I'm going to be starting with, starting from the first, and it's a grade 10 group. Currently it has 2 students, so you can join that group, and then I will take you guys along until you write your June exams. But you have to pay me money. Sorry, not you, but your parents have to pay me money, and then that money that they pay me will ensure that I am able to sustain you. Then I will put you in the WhatsApp group. Then I will drill you like crazy. You like nobody's business. But remember, you can't be in my WhatsApp group if you don't pay me money. If your parents don't pay me money. How much money is it? You won't believe it when I tell you. So let me just send you in the inbox, and then you can forward it to your folks and tell them about it. You see? Yeah, let's take it like that. But let me say that on top of that, grade 10s, just so that you know, I'll be having lessons in the morning from 5:30 up until 6:15, 6:45. Okay, every morning. These lessons I'm having in the mornings for grade 10s will be conducted on Thursday and Friday morning, every morning, 5:30 to 4:45. What am I doing in those classes? Revising June exam papers. So tomorrow I'll be starting to revise June exam papers in the morning here in this channel. So if you wake up early, I know some of you are on your way to school, but what I'll do is that when I've done doing the live lesson, I'm going to download it, upload it onto my YouTube channel. Then when you have time, you go to my YouTube channel, you watch the video that I basically conducted in the morning. If you miss the lesson, as I said, from 5:30 in the morning until 6:45, I'll be doing live lessons every Thursday and Friday. That is for grade 10. Thursday and Friday is for grade 10 only in the morning. Okay, that's just free me giving you, doing past papers with you, explaining things that you may have forgotten. So if you guys want to be tagging along with me there for free, because there you're not paying me anything, it's like the least you can do, guys, is just at least maybe in the live send a rose every once in a while, send a rose, send a heart me, send a ice cream, even it's one ice cream per live lesson. I know we don't really do TikTok gifts too much, but we can do that. Then also additionally, as I said, if you want to be part of my group with the kids that I'll be starting with on Friday, then you must send me a private message inbox. YouTube channel, my link is in the bio, guys, for those that want to follow up on the lessons that I'll be doing every Thursday and Friday in the mornings. I'll be doing those consistently. Why? Because I want to support you. I've been hearing some good news from some learners that have been doing doing me the pleasure of watching the live lessons, or when they've missed the live lessons, going to my YouTube channel and following up. I have one learner who's basically told me that he was able to get 92% in term 1. That learner, I'm not having contact time with them on a daily basis or having them in a group, but that learner is watching the YouTube videos that I do, the live lessons. So that's just information for you. If you want it, you want it. Then the grade 9s as well. If you have grade 9 friends, family, or brothers, sisters, please, guys, I do lessons with them in the morning as well. Not on Thursday and Friday, but for them, it's always Tuesday and Wednesday. So that's morning support, 5:30 to 7:15. This morning support is for you build up early preparation for your June exams. And I'm revising work from term 1 up until term 2. Okay, anyways, let's come here now. Back to F. How do we get F? I'm sure you can see angles on a straight line, Moss. We know angles on a straight line whenever the angles on a straight line share a common vertex, DEF. This is a common vertex D. This angle plus that angle plus that angle are angles that are on a straight line. So you can go ahead and say 85 plus 25 plus F is equal to 180 degrees, angles on a straight line, like Momenzi Kanyile is saying in the comment section. Then you get your value of what? Of F. Just straightforward, F, you see? Yeah, because 85 plus 25, you get 110. And then plus what gives you 180? It's 70, so that's why F is 70. Or you can look at it another way. This, as another one has said, this angle B and C together is the bottom of this parallel line. The bottom of the other parallel line is this angle here, F. So the F shape, you see, 35 plus 35, the bottom of this parallel line, the angle formed there, bottom of this parallel line is F. So what are those angles called? corresponding. This angle and that angle is called corresponding angle. So then we can say this angle is equal to 35 plus 35, which is 70 degrees. So however you look at it, whatever way you look at it, getting F can either be done using angles on a straight line. This angle plus this angle plus angle is equal to what? 180, and you get 70 when you add these angles to get the value of F. Or this F shape here, this is our parallel lines, the F, this is the line, the transversal line. This 35 plus 35 is 70. That means that is also 70 degrees. So F is 70 degrees corresponding angles. You state the lines that are parallel. Okay, so we can say here F is equal to 35 degrees plus 35 degrees. And your reason for saying that is corresponding angles. You state the lines that are parallel. AB is parallel to DC. You state the lines that are parallel, my people, please. So F is what? 70 degrees. Hope you get it. Hope we get that one. Very well, now. Or we can use, for F, we can find F using angles on a straight line. We would say there, guys, we can do this. F is equal to 70 degrees. Then we write angles on a straight line. The more advanced we get, or the more we go through the grades, initially when we are starting off geometry, what we want to do is do the step by step. So for instance, this whole thing of saying 85 degrees plus 25 degrees plus F is equal to 180 degrees, it's a good thing to do. Angles on a straight line. Then you transpose. You take 85 and 25 to the other side, you get 180 minus 110, and then F is equal to 70. That is good to do, all right, initially in your geometry journey, to actually do the step by step, so that you can get into the mindset. You start getting your mind trained to doing step by step, solving and getting the angle. All right, but once you get well versed in it and you become it becomes second nature. The geometry now becomes second nature. Then it is really easy to then go straight to the point. Like for instance here, F is equal to 70 degrees. You can already see mentally that 85 plus 25 is 110. Plus what will give you 180? Plus 70. So therefore F, you go ahead and say F is 70 degrees, and you say the reason. Angles on a straight line, because this has been done mentally in your head. Okay, we need to get there, guys, but in the initial stages we want to be writing out what we mean, so that whoever is marking you, if your teacher is strict and wants things to be done a certain way, you comply. Why? Because you want to make the person happy. Why? You want to get the marks. Why? Level 7 needs to come, and I mean level 7, that is 95 to 100%. I'm not talking about level 7, that's just level 7. I'm talking about level 7, that is 95% and above. Are we together? Hey, people, don't mess around here. Okay, so you get 70, update. Then G. I know I'm slow, you guys are fast. Okay, and I've been rambling quite a lot. This angle G. Okay, many ways to get it. You can either look at the triangle if you want. 70 plus 85 plus what? Gives you G. Aye, that's one way of getting G. Or you can look at G. Look at this. This Z shape. Z shape. So this G is equal to E, which is G is 25 degrees. Alternate angles. AB is parallel to DC. You must state the lines that are parallel when it comes to the whole idea of alt angles, corresponding angles, and co-interior angles. Okay, so you could use sum of angles in a triangle to get G. You could use alternate angles to get G. All right. Oh, thank you so much, Fan, for the love you so much. I really appreciate, brother, the gift. I get a gift and I don't acknowledge you when it's the first gift in the whole entire life. Thank you so much, my guy. You, thank you. Really appreciate the love you. Okay, yeah, yeah, so yeah, guys. Okay. Boom means very good. G is equal to E, which is equal to 25 degrees. Alternate angles, very good. AB is parallel to this, my guy. My guy. My guy. My guy. My guy. Alright. No, guys, you guys. No, man, hey, guys, I need to talk. You've been great in the comment section. I feel like you guys are true geometry specialists. Okay. We found all. Let me just do the last one. G is equal to E is equal to 25 degrees. Boom means he helped us out there. Alt angles. AB is parallel to DC. Oh, Shai Babylon, I've got you there. Thank you. I would really appreciate the coming prepare. You are hilarious. The scientist. The scientist. Shy. Okay, guys, I would continue, but me, I am feeling it now. I'm feeling it. All right. I have an early morning tomorrow because remember as I said, I need to start at 5:30 and get us ready and rocking and rolling. So let me call this one a night. Let me call this one a night for my own self. Or you guys want me to do this last one? I'm sure you want me to do this last one. One more. This one, guys, is grade 10. You see, this one is grade 10. So you must know your grade 10 work to do this one. You must know the grade 10 work very well. Okay, this one has to do with the midpoint theorem. What theorem, guys? The midpoint theorem. Okay, midpoint theorem is a theorem that you learn in grade 10, and it has to do with triangles. Right, I don't know how many of you in grade 10 have done the midpoint theorem, because if you guys don't have a sense of comprehension of the theorem, then this one, it will be a pain. Okay, anyone? Can I just see by show of hands? Because Oscar's Thug Life wants me to Thug Life it with one more. Midpoint theorem, have we done that at school yet? Geometry? Midpoint? Gotten there yet? Thug it out, I'm telling you, my soul. Babylon Shy. Babylon. Thug Life. I haven't done it yet. Okay, guys, let me just teach you a little bit about the midpoint theorem. It's the only thing I'm gonna do, right? Midpoint theorem. Let's say you had triangle ABC, right? Then triangle ABC, there's a line. Okay, and let's just say the line is DE. Okay, so this is what the midpoint theorem says. It says if D and E are midpoints, if what? If D and E are midpoints. So in other words, AD is equal to DB. That's what it means when they say. So practically speaking, if you are saying if D is a midpoint, you are saying, in other words, if AD is equal to DB and E are midpoints. In other words, you are saying AE is equal to EC. Okay? Yeah. So if you are saying if D and E are midpoints, you are saying, in other words, if AD is equal to DB. Thank you so much, Eddie Arrow. Really appreciate the roses, buddy. Much appreciated. Second gift of the night, of the live. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So if AD is equal to DB, sorry, and AE is equal to EC, right? So this is the if part. All right, imagine if I said to you, if you are honest and you are beautiful, right? Remember guys, what are the two conditions? Honesty and beauty. Okay, hold those two. If D and E are midpoints, in other words, if AD is equal to DB and AE is equal to EC, then what? Now listen guys to the then part. The then part, the then part. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Right. Then two things. One, DE is parallel to BC, and two, DE is equal to half of BC. Hey guys, if you are honest and you are beautiful, then one, I'll give you $1 million. Two, I will marry you. Yes, I. Guys. All right. So I know this is just general. The general part is the fact that if you are honest and you are beautiful, then R1 million and marriage is sure to follow. In other words, money and marriage. Money and marriage, right? Okay, but let's back up now. This particular midpoint theorem is saying if D in this diagram, in other words, if D and E are both midpoints, the condition is that both of these need to be midpoints. Then what can you conclude on the basis of D and E being midpoints? Because remember, D being a midpoint means AD is equal to DB. That's what it means that D is a midpoint. For E to be a midpoint means AE is equal to EC. That's what it means. Then what? DE is parallel. That's the conclusion to BC. So in other words, DE is a parallel line to BC. Two, DE, this line, is half the length of BC. So if this is 15, this is 30. If this is 10, this is if this is 10, this is it's 20 guys, Kalungu, come on. If this is 10, this is 20. If this is 15, this is 30. Remember, we are saying D is half BC. Or you could say 2 times DE is equal to BC. Looked at another way, 2 times DE is gonna give you BC. Okay. Yeah. All right. So this, guys, is what we call the midpoint theorem. Right? Midpoint theorem. Let me repeat this one more time. So this midpoint theorem is saying, well, the condition of the midpoint theorem is that AD must be equal to DB. That's 1. AE must be equal to EC. That's 2. If those conditions are in place, what can you and I conclude? DE is parallel to BC. We can all of a sudden write in parallel lines because the conditions are in place. It also means that DE is as well half the length of BC. Full stop. That is the midpoint theorem. But the midpoint theorem has a converse of this theorem. All right. The converse of the theorem says if let's say now we are given A, B, C, we got D and E. If D is a midpoint, if D is a midpoint and DE is parallel to BC, you see now, different story in that if D is a midpoint, that means if AD is equal to DB and DE is parallel to BC, the conditions are those now. Then what? Then E is a midpoint and DE is half of BC. This is the converse of the midpoint theorem. Let me repeat this again. If D is a midpoint, in other words, AD is equal to DB, and DE is parallel to BC, then what can we conclude? It means on this side, E is a midpoint, and DE is half of BC. I'm sure you can see that this is just the midpoint theorem restated, because what they've done is they've taken this part, mixed it with this here, and made those the conditions. Then they've taken this part and this part and made those our results. Does that make sense? That's the converse of the theorem. The actual midpoint theorem talks about two midpoints. Does that make sense? And then it talks about the result being focused on DE and BC, both for parallel lines and for DE being half BC. That's the midpoint theorem, the original. The converse is simply we pick this and we pick that as the new conditions. Then we take this and take that and we say those are the results. So once you understand the conditions, then you can then conclude about a particular result. You can conclude with these results if these are the conditions, and you will always use your reason as being midpoint theorem. And that is an acceptable reason to use when you conclude with these results having these conditions. Midpoint theorem. All right. I hope you guys are with me here. In grade 10, we learn about the midpoint theorem, and it is used explicitly to be able to solve a certain problem. So if we don't know it, then it becomes difficult to answer questions. But when we understand the theorem itself, its conditions together with the results, then I'm telling you guys, midpoint theorem is so swag. Guys, it is so swag. Swag. Weak. Easy. Easy capizi peasy. Easy capizi wheezy. It's wheezy, Wheezy, you know, like wheezy, guys, so wheezy. All right. So if D is a midpoint, so in your diagram, this would be there. That would be given to you, because where the if part is the given part to you, D is parallel to BC. That would be given to you. The result is something you would then state. And what would be your reason? Your reason would be the converse. Same thing here. What would be given to you? The if part is the part that is given to you. What would be the result? That would be the result. That's what you would state as your statement, and this would be your reason. You know? So guys, I just wanted to expose you to that so that you can see that, guys, it's so not. Because now when we come to this problem that you guys were like, please do him. Man, on term 1 exam I got 11 out of 7 because I didn't understand. Is it right? Real. Yeah. And that's what I'm getting. That's basically what I am getting. All right. That learners that are doing poorly are just simply learners that are not understanding. But a learner, when it hits home, when the learner understands, my guy, and then takes that understanding, practices, puts the maths to practice, flames, bro, flames. The marks have the potential to just do a sweet new number. So I feel your pain, Oscar's Thug Life, but yeah, man, you can make the 10 around if you want. All right. Yeah, you can make the 10 around. So let's look at this in the diagram below. QS is parallel to TV. QS, who's QS? There is QS. QS is parallel to TV. Look at this. Parallel lines, guys, parallel lines. And as I look at these parallel lines, I'm thinking, which triangle is fitting here? This one. QSR. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the side. Look at that. Look at him. Look what they say. QT, look at him. Look at TR. Look at him. Look at that. 9 centimeters, 9 centimeters. Look at that. What is T? Because of that. And then additionally, look at that. Parallel lines. And look at that. Need I speak further? Anyways, so QS and TV. Then PQ is parallel to ST. Where's PQ? PQ. ST. Look at that. Parallel line. Look at that. Look at this side. Look at that. Oh my guys. Oh my people. Oh my golly gosh. QT is equal to TR. Where's QT? QT is equal to TR. 9 centimeters each. You see? Look at that. PS is equal to 9 centimeters. Where's PS? PS. These guys, they are not true to the diagram. So diagrammatically, we know that that's not true. 15 centimeters, 15 centimeters, they are lying to us. They are lying to us in the statement. They are lying to us, these people. How can they lie to us like this? So PS is 9. Okay, it is 9. What is this 15 for? Okay, guys, now I'm having a hard time. The diagram is not diagrammating. All right. PS is 9. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit of a... Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm a bit torn between what I'm seeing here because it's 9 centimeters here, but then it's 15 in the diagram. Okay, now obviously I am looking Guys, I let me be honest with you. I'm looking at this diagram for the first time. All of these problems I'm doing for the first time. So
Hey.
it didn't come here prepared, right? So
Don't you think the 15 centimeters is out, like it's outside because we're looking at the QS. I don't know what's the other letter this side. I can't see the QSR triangle. When we look at the QSR triangle,
2S or
there are
QSR.
two triangles. This other triangle, the PQS is out. Like if we want looking at the midpoint theorem, I don't know if you get what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I'm seeing what you're saying. Yeah. The thing is, diagrammatically, we have 15 centimeters, right? Yeah. And remember, the diagrams are not necessarily drawn to scale. So the thing is, in the diagram itself, it says 15 centimeters. Yet in the statement, it says 9 centimeters. All right. So I am kind of like thinking to myself, yeah, there was a mistake. It must be a mistake. The mistake may maybe be because of what is there in the statement. So that's why I want to kind of like, let's ride the wave of the 15 centimeters and let's see where the wave goes to, because the question says we must prove that, yeah. So let's let that be. It's okay. Yes, let's D. Yeah, so let's just, yeah. All right, now the first question says prove that VR is 7,5. So here we need to prove that VR is 7,5. Yeah. So if we're gonna prove that VR is 7,5 centimeters, then let us check what we do have in the diagram at the moment. Right. Man, I didn't charge my battery. I wasn't even vigilant of my battery. Crazy stuff. Snap. No. No.